This act of violence has no place in our state or anywhere else in our country. The FBI is committed to continue finding out the facts, circumstances, and motives behind this tragedy. I can confirm at this time that the FBI is now leading the investigation and is investigating this as an act of targeted violence.
A Michigan community is left reeling this morning, picking up the pieces after being rocked by gun violence.
The FBI is investigating after a man rammed his truck into a church before opening fire on hundreds of worshipers. Our Laura Sandlin has more from outside the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints on what's being called that targeted act of violence.
At a news conference yesterday, the Grand Blanc chief of police identified the suspect as 40-year-old Thomas Jacob Sanford. Like we mentioned, there were hundreds of people gathered in the church in Grand Blanc Township yesterday when the violence began late Sunday morning. He said Sanford rammed a pickup truck through the church's front doors, got out, and started shooting before allegedly setting the building on fire, which an ATF representative said they suspected was with gasoline. The suspect then fled the church on foot and was pursued by two officers, one from the DNR and another from the Grand Blanc Township Police Department. The officers engaged in gunfire with Sanford in the parking lot behind the church, who was shot and killed at the scene. In total, 10 people were shot, including two of the victims and the shooter. It's unclear how the other victims died at this time. Police believe there could still be additional victims who were trapped inside the building when the fire broke out. The chief said one of the wounded people was in critical condition and 7 others were stable. President Donald Trump said in a social media post that he was briefed on the shooting and applauded the FBI for its response. Local authorities said the FBI was sending 100 agents to Grand Blanc Township, a community of roughly 40,000 people outside of Flint. He wrote, "Pray for the victims and their families. This epidemic of violence in our country must end immediately."
I'd also like to acknowledge the heroism of not only the first responders, but the people who were inside that church at the time. They were shielding the children who were also present within the church, moving them to safety. Just hundreds of people just practicing their faith.
As of yesterday evening, investigators were still working to clear the church, which was described as a total loss. It also remained unclear how many people are still unaccounted for. Authorities did not provide any additional details about the suspect, whether he was a member of the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints, also widely known as the Mormon Church. This attack comes as the latest in a series of shootings across the United States, specifically targeting people in places of worship.